already know it's the boy PND, man. Shout out to HoodLife.
By my Bermuda, yay, man. Yo.
Tell me what you know about the hood life.
Alright, y'all, we're gonna switch it up. Today I got an artist introduction. We're gonna introduce a very, very talented artist for y'all that goes by the name of Yahlei. I mean, from creating his own sound to writing his own music, playing multiple instruments, Yahlei's talent and potential with the music is unlimited. So I want y'all to tune in now and support him before the big blow.
Love, it's like I can't explain it. It's like a high, cause at the moment it's just life changing. It's like it's not capable of being applied. I can't explain it, wouldn't know where to start if I tried. Swear it's far from your case sick. Let me try to explain it, hold up. My body is on hers, sheets is on me. We both freakaholics, and tonight the drinks is on me. I tell her anything that you prefer. Baby girl, I got you. What will it be? She says Yahlei with a shot of vodka. Like, I'm not trying to be cocky, but I feel like I got some shit to say that's different to everybody. Like, and for Philly, it's different because we on like we got the best spitters, like we got the best music, period.
Tell me what you know about the hood life.
Yeah, y'all ready, man. We tuned in for a real special one for y'all. So before we get into it, go ahead and introduce yourself to the people who ain't familiar with you.
What's up with y'all? I'm Yahlei from Philly, from North Philly to be exact. Born in North Philly, raised in Germantown, Rittenhouse Street.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yahlei. So is it like Wale?
No, it's Yahlei. I mean, that's my middle name. You know what I mean? So it's YHLEI music. Follow me on Instagram and all that.
Got you.
But the crazy part, if I can say, a lot of people be comparing me to Wale. That's the crazy part. Because they say we got like the same tone and all
I can
that.
definitely see that, like, if Wale was from Philly, you feel me? You know what I'm saying?
But like, to me, like, I don't look at that as like a shot or nothing like that. I feel like that's sturdy because his penmanship.
Exactly.
I respect any artist's pen if you like that. You know what I mean? So that's a good joint.
Facts though. No, man. So just speaking for myself, just hearing the music, I definitely want to say first off, you very talented. You feel me? You got like real talent. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you, bro.
So just take it back a little bit. Tell them about your story. How was it for like you just coming up in North Philly?
And like, I mean, where can I begin? Like my brother right here, like he's seen it all, and that's the crazy part. So, like I was a badass young boy. I ain't gonna lie. I went to Climber, 12th and Rush, like right off of Somerset. I rocked out there from like kindergarten to 8th grade. Left, came back. I actually went to Bad right around the corner.
Oh yeah.
Bad Middle School. Yep. 16 Dickinson. I went there. I moved to South Philly for like 2-3 years. Moved back to North. Then I was down Germantown my whole life. But to answer your question, growing up in North Philly was crazy. Like,
you definitely was around.
Yeah,
all
bro.
parts of the city.
Yeah, bro. Like all right. So like, I was in Climber or whatever to like 5th grade. Got split up, you know what I mean, from my mom and all that. She was a single mom and shit like that. You mean my mom ran the streets and all that. I love her to death, but that's just a real deal. Like she ran the streets. DHS came knocking on that door. The principal, brought the counselor, the whole district out that joint, bro. It was serious and like we didn't even know. Like I was young at the time.
That's what I was about to ask. So what was it like going through something like that so early? Because you don't really know what's going on. You know, mom is mom, and you got people that's trying to take you from her and shit.
For sure. Bro, at that time, it was like the crazy part is I fully understood everything that was going on. Like, I feel like.
How old was you, by the way?
I was like 7 or 8, bro.
Okay.
Yeah, I was like 7 or 8. No older than that. Like I just felt like I was too exposed, like, you know what I'm saying, to the world, and it wasn't my fault. It was just like, you know, my mom was around. So, you know what I mean? Naomi was who she was to the fullest. But it was all love because I don't take it for granted.
Right.
The things that I learned from it, it made me who I am. You know, life ain't for the weak.
what I'm saying? And I'm out here, bro. I'm striving. I'm here. I'm blessed. I'm thankful to God. I mean, and it was crazy though, bro. Like being split up and all that shit. It was wild. Like we went through a phase for like that was like 4 or 5 years, and I didn't get back with my mom until I was like 13.
And by then you about to go into like your teens, a little manhood, things like that. So you definitely missed like some important years.
Bro, it was to the point like when we used to see my mom. I don't know if you ever heard of it, the Lutheran child care shit. Okay. That was where we used to go and get visits and shit. Like if you was put in the system and shit like that. So we used to be up 63rd Street, up West Philly. That's where we used to have the Lutheran child care joint. We used to do the visits and shit. She used to give us money and shit like that. I used to save the money, bro, like, because I didn't want to spend it because it would just remind me of her and shit like that. Like, so it was like real shit like that. And, like, I don't know, but I just feel like I was always a passionate person. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I punch on niggas and shit like that. I was like, I'm all with all that. But, like, at the same time, like, my purpose was bigger. Like, I always wanted to just be a kid. I love everybody, bro. Like, I don't care who you is, where you from. Like, that's just how I am. But I eventually had to learn that growing up. You know what I'm saying? So I picked up a guitar. My uncle taught me that. Like, I grew up in church. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not one of them, like, I'm not like killing all that.
So, no, that was definitely my next question, because, you know, just being from Philly and you from the Badlands too, so that's a whole different part on top of just being from the city.
9th and 3rd Street.
Heavy.
Right up
so,
from Germantown, Lehigh.
What was it like as far as your musical influence? What influenced you early on in the music world that made you want to take that route?
The crazy, like, you mean like as far as who was my musical influences, or what just made me pick up the pen in the first place?
Both.
Alright, so
For real, like, I grew up and shit, like, in church. My uncle taught me how to play the guitar. I was writing, like, lyrics since, like, how old was I, bro? Like, probably, like...
As far as my musical influences or whatever, bro, like, like, I ain't really even listen to hip-hop, like, a lot. I listen to gospel growing up, and I listen to R&B, bro. My favorite music group is The Whispers. Like, yeah, I'm like a...
Give us a little bit more details about that. That's like a throwback group?
Yeah, The Whispers, bro, they sing this song, they got, Chocolate Girl and shit. Okay. Chocolate Girl.
And, real classic music.
Yeah,
so you got old soul with you.
I like to think so, yeah, bro. But listening to them, like, I listen to Whispers, Stevie Wonder, Michael Jackson, and like Lauryn Hill and shit like that. They was like my musical influences and shit. That was like, and of course Jay-Z to an extent, but I ain't really listen to him like that. But as far as like what got me into music, my cousin, he had me like reciting like this rap. Like he wrote my first rap for me. I'm gonna keep it a bean. I ain't got no ghostwriters and all that. But I didn't write my first rap. No, I didn't. I ain't gonna hold you. Like he wrote the whole joint. I still remember that shit, word for word to this day. Like he had me record that shit on the Fisher Price joint.
Real cool backstory.
Bro, I'm talking about the little cartoon joint. He hung it up in the closet in Germantown and shit like that. So you know how it is. Like you know the public housing is just. So we had that joint right over that little rail in the little room and shit, and he hold it and shit and had me doing that. So he had me recite that shit. I was getting mad because I didn't know it, but he got me into it, my cousin and shit, and from there I just took it on my own.
That's a good joint. Now, how was your adolescence as far as, before we get into that, you told me about the people who influenced you on music, but what do you remember exactly what it was that made you want to, start writing music and taking it seriously a little bit?
Well, what made me actually want to start writing music, alright, so I feel like it was like, it led up to it, like, you know what I mean, everything happened for a reason. My cousin just so happened to teach me how to, he wrote me my first rap, and I picked up that formula, and then after that, it was just like, what made me want to take music to my own hands was, like, I didn't know you could actually write down and tell your own story. I didn't know how to do that, I'm not gonna lie, until he showed me it. So then, once I seen that I could do it from him, I tried myself. And That's like I said in my song Vent Interlude, I said using this rap shit for therapy. And that's really what it is, bro.
So it's more so like just expressing yourself, like just
it's really not rap. It's reminiscing, bro. It's reminiscing. And then some of it is like fictional, some is non-fictional. Like you know what I mean, I got stories but that comes a part of the process. When you grow on with your craft, you learn how to like put yourself in other people's shoes.
Right.
And so I try to. That's why I said I'm not a writer. I'm not a writer. I'm a writer for myself. I said Jigga verse to only big up my brother. I mean, so I like if you read between, I'm talking about Jigga and Biggie. Like when he said that about Biggie and I said about him. So it was like, you know, it's like
it all goes
entendre type shit. Like you gotta really be on that level.
So that was definitely one of my next questions. What's your writing process like?
I look at every song like it's my first, right? I try my best to really put 100% in every joint that I do, which isn't hard for me, and not to be biased, because like if my mind is there, I'm just gonna let whatever flow go with it. And of course you're gonna give and take from whatever, but I got this 4 key sequence like formula situation, like so I go off of lyricism. All right, let me run it back. As far as like to make the perfect record, and every artist, I don't know if y'all can take from this, but this is what I do. To make the perfect record for me, I feel like you gotta have lyricism. There's no particular order. Lyricism, cadence, tone, and delivery. If you got them 4, like I just feel like you can master it. And it ain't all gotta be like 25, 25, 25, 25.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
You ain't gotta be as lyrical, but you gotta make sure that confidence is there, that cadence. Like you can pop your shit, like, you know what I mean? I can literally say something like, and I'm back at it. Give me $1, I'm cleaning shit like a crack addict.
Right.
I am not who status.
All the lose in one kind of definitely makes, as far as like your own style, it ends up to you as far as how you put it together. That was one of my next questions. What is it like to be like a spitter, you know, somebody with real lyrics and real content in a new generation of music where that's not really like valued?
That's a good ass question, bro. And like I do it a lot, bro. Like I feel like I look like in that sense, you know, like how I be like sitting in a fucking lunchroom and shit in high school. Everybody got crowds, right?
Right. So you got the nerds, you got the ones who get in the shit,
you got the ones who just chill, laid back, but they still on that. So I feel like I felt like I was like one of them compared to like. I'm the nigga who will go sit in the counselor's office at lunchtime. Like I ain't want to be around nobody, and that's how I feel about the music shit, because it's like don't nobody really want lyrics. Like really, like you got some out here. Like it's a lot I can name. Like you know, chorus, quills.
Yeah. What I would say with that is everybody got their own audience.
Exactly.
Now I feel like what's pushed more, especially being from like Philly, is like the streets and the rah-rah type of stuff.
But now turned over to the dance wave.
Exactly.
And I would rather prefer that than a nigga talking about blowing somebody's head off, because that's pushing us back, if you ask me. You know what I mean? So I'm glad that the young boys out here making dances and shit like that. Whatever you get into, as long as you staying out of trouble, I mean, it still got some nut shit. But I like what's going on right now. Like, you know what I mean? I feel like as the craft of music, you always going to, you know,
no, seriously though,
evolve and shit. So whatever lane is yours, it was in the era. Like, listen, this ain't nothing new. Like we had Commons with the LLs, with the DMXs, Ja Rules, Jadas, and Jay-Z. So it's like that's what we on now. Like, no, and I just feel like I'm just me, bro. So I mean, I don't mind it. I know what I'm on. I try to stay true to who I am.
No, facts though, and I see like you definitely like very, very talented.
And then I had like my loved ones around me, like seeing the vision. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna get right back to it. And we just stepped that shit up. And next thing you know, I dropped the first track was like, I think it was Seasick, then Do Not Disturb. Right. And after that, I dropped the album, and I'm like, people was just rocking with it. And I'm like, oh, this shit really, it's something like, we gonna get it popping. Then, like I just kept recording. I think I recorded like 12 to 15 singles right after the album. Like Hurt People was like right after that, after my second album, Chapter 2. So
Cause yeah, like I was saying, just listening to your music and hearing like your style, you definitely like very versatile when it comes to like the lyrics, when it comes to the melodies, and you also play your own instrument. So talk about that a little bit. How old was you when you first started playing the guitar and piano and things?
All right. My uncle taught me how to play the guitar. I think I was about
Probably like 7 to 8. I was like 7 to 8. I took like 5 years off. I mean, and then my brother right here, who I'm managing now, like he kept asking me for years, like, bro, get back to it, get back to it. I was over with it for real, and I was like 20. I was just done with it, but I just got back to it one day. My grandma died in like 2018, and after she died, I just was like on a vibe, like.
it was in between the time when I was like the last year when I wasn't with my mom, so I was like 12. I was like 12. And I was still going to church, like, so he basically asked me, like, one time I seen him playing that joint, I was just sitting there watching him, and he was like, you like that? You like this joint? And I'm like, yeah, I like that. Like, it sounded crazy. So he was like, you want to learn? And then I'm like, I chuckled a little bit, but then I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I do want to learn. So then what he did was, he's like, all right, you going to come to the house in the summertime, and every weekend, I'm going to pick you up, and we're going to go hard with it or whatever like that. And the rest was history, he told me. And it wasn't easy, man, like, but.
So what made you like want to stick with it? Cause like, being from where you from, and you know, certain stuff is promoted and pushed as far as what's cool for us to do.
Right, that's true. What made me want to push, it was just different. It was different, bro. And like it, the way that it ended up was never the way that I wanted it to particularly be. Like, it just happened that way. I just like the sounds of it. Like, if you hear the guitar, like, I don't know, it just like tug on your emotions and shit like that. So that's what it did for me. And then growing up, like, not having my mom, bro, it always starts from home, bro. So I just feel like, damn, man, when I heard the melodies, it kind of was like moving me a little bit. So I wanted to do that within myself. And
did you ever get like teased or discouraged coming up? People saying, "Why you doing that? None of you little guitar hero or piano boy and shit like that." You know how it is.
Yeah, and
they ground you up for anything.
Yeah, they did, bro.
A quick story. I played soccer for like a year to get in shape type of shit.
That's what's up.
I wore my jersey to the courts. I was soccer man for months.
Listen, at the end of the day, it ain't nothing wrong with it, because somebody gotta take the humiliation so they pay the way for the other people who want to be different, right? And that's what we did. Like yourself, bro. You did that. You stepped on it. You was true to yourself. I mean, and that's just how I felt. Like, I ain't gonna lie. Like, you know what I mean? I used to sit right there on the block, bro. Like, look like how I am, and then I pull this out, and they be like, "What the fuck?" Like, my old man just said, he like, "You play that?" He asked me. He said, "You gonna play that? You play it?" I'm like, "What the fuck? Why would I have it?" So I'm like, all right. So it's just like one of those things. So yeah, to answer your question, yeah, they said what they said, but once they heard it, they was like, damn, like, that's just crazy. And I'm just thankful, bro.
No, that's a good John. That's a good John. So I want to talk about one of my favorite records from you, and I feel like something that's going to impact a lot is Hurt People.
Thank you, bro.
Talk about as far as just what inspires you first to make the record, and then just speak about what the record means to you, because that's one of them relatable Johns. You feel me? Like, anybody ever been through something, male or female, you can relate to the record.
It was one of them things, bro. Like, I was at work. I was working my overnight shift job over in Jersey. And I probably ain't had to get that detailed, but I'm just giving you the real. That shit came to me like, as I was working, I'm cleaning out porta potties. And I was going through a breakup like everybody else. My brother was going through a fucking breakup. I had to deal with this nigga going through this shit every day. Not to put his business out there. He behind the camera, so that's good. He cool. But, like, you know, what we all go through shit. Like, you know what I mean? And so when you're if you real like that, when your folks hurt, you hurt, and it's supposed to be the vice versa. If you hurt, they hurt. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it was one of those things. Like, of course, everybody can relate to a heartbreak, but I just put that shit in the perspective of like, I try to put myself in a mindset of like, damn, how the fuck can I explain how I feel right now? And that shit just hit me, bro. And a lot of people don't like me to say it, but I feel like whenever I write a song, I feel like God give me the talent and the whole vision to do them. I don't care what I rap about. At the end of the day, you know what I mean? I got this sense of humor just like God. You know what I mean? So like I just felt like it was one of those things. It just came natural. I was fed up at the time, and I just tried to like record all them feelings, bro. That's the best way I can explain it. That shit came like that.
Definitely want to salute you on that, and I want to salute you
Thank
giving credit to the Most High, because everything is through our inspiration, through whoever you believe in. At the end of the day,
For sure.
so what's it like dating a Philly chick?
Damn, like, was it like dating a Philly chick? It's like dating a Philly chick is like dating a nigga, pause. Like, real shit. Like, they got all the ways of us, like, you know what I mean? And if you act crazy, they'll go up top on you. Like, you know what I mean? You can't say the wrong words, they'll give you a quick two-piece. Like, all that, bro. Yeah, we all been there. I'm sure Twine probably did. You know what I'm saying? But dating a Philly chick is crazy, bro. I'm sure you went through it, too. It's hard, and I tell myself all the time, like I don't want no Philly chicks no more. But then at the same time, they making me make music like Hurt Peoples and all that. Like, so keep it up. Keep it up, because at the end of the day, your hurt that you put me through is gonna get me a Grammy. You know what I'm saying? I almost called you the B word, but yeah, the hurt you give me is gonna hopefully get me a Grammy, guys willing.
That's a fact.
But it's crazy, man. They shout out. But you gotta love them though, cause they ain't nothing like Philly. It's like you can't live with them, but can't live without them.
So what's some advice you can give to somebody who going through it as far as the relationship, breakup, and all that type of stuff?
Don't be colorblind to the flags. Don't be colorblind to the flags. And I tell that to my folks all the time. I tell my everybody, my brother, I keep saying, I tell like everybody around me, like, don't be colorblind to the flag. So don't assume, but if it's tugging with your sanity or your peace of mind, then you just eventually gonna have to move. You're gonna have to move forward, because at the end of the day, my song Jania's Vibes, and that's one of them waves. Like, that question you just asked me, I make a lot of songs about that particular question and topic. I said, love really hurts. Love can be a bitch, but you can't love another till you love yourself first. Speaking for myself, every time I get a good girl, I don't see it till we fuck it up first. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, if you see the red flags, bro, or female, like, just move. You know what I mean? Don't be colorblind to them flags, man. Because your peace of mind is more than anything, bro. Like, I personally went through so much shit and still dealing with the shit. Even the biggest shit about it is, like, after they gone, you still dealing with the shit. Like, you know what I mean? The motherfucking depression is real. Stress is real. So, like, you got one life to live now. Just ask yourself, is that shit worth it?
Yeah, facts though. Now, an important question I wanted to, what's the worst part and the best part as far as being like a up and coming artist?
That's a good question. The worst part is, I'm not even gonna say partially the people not believing in you, but it's your close ones, like the loved ones, your day ones, the people you lose in the process of growing. That's the worst part. Like, I'm seeing it a lot, bro. Like, and it's so crazy because is people that I wouldn't even imagine that I wouldn't have in my life at this point. They ghost me for, I guess, trying to be better. So I guess I'll say that's the worst part. The worst part is the people that you lose, the loved ones and close ones to you. That's the most worst part to me. But the best part about it is the information. The information and the feelings. It's like not having the shit handed to you. So the process. One of my biggest mentors, if not the biggest, is Nipsey Hussle. I respect everything that he did. He literally started from the bottom. And people would say like it should be Meek because he's from the city and all that. But my only thing of why I say Nipsey is because he was independent. Like, you know what I'm saying? He made his label. Yeah. He had all money in. Mine's is effort guarantees everything. And it's not only just like a label, is a way of life to me. So I feel like effort guarantees everything is, you know what I mean, what it says. So that's one of them things. Like I'm appreciating the process and the information that I'm getting. So when I do get a win or an achievement, it feels better because I know I'm going through hell to get it. Like, I mean, this shit is not easy and it's not for the weak. You know what I'm saying? So
Facts,
if they answer the question.
So before we get out of here, talk about some upcoming music and highlight some of the projects that you work, because you definitely got a nice resume as far as your bodies of work that you already put out.
Yeah, as far as the catalog, well, we working on a visual. We trying to get a video to my song, Shinsia Vibes. It's like a summer record, like a party good time record. We working on that. We got that coming. We got Hurt People. Hurt People is on YouTube on my page. Yahlei Official. That's my YouTube channel.
What do your name mean, by the way?
That's the crazy part. It's undefined, bro. Like, I even looked it up. I'm like, what the hell? Like, what does that mean? And the crazy part is it's undefined, and nobody got it, bro. Mm-hmm. Nobody. I don't care.
How you come up with it?
It's just my name.
You know, Yah is God too, right?
Yeah, Yahweh. It's crazy. Yahweh is God. Yahlei. I just feel like God gave it to me. Like, I'm like.
That's a good job.
I just feel like he gave me that name. I mean, because of the purpose behind whatever he got for me. It's like what he got for all of us. I'm just living through the manifestation of what he got for me. But to answer your question, yeah, Shinsia Vibes, we got a video coming of that. Hurt People is out right now. That joint almost at like 45K. We still running it up with that. We got Seasick and Do Not Disturb. And we just working, man. We trying to get that rolling. And then Seduction, I just dropped a new single. Y'all can listen to that joint. And we working, bro. Check it out. And that's it, man. Like, we just carrying it one step. I'm just, effort guarantees everything. I mean, we working, bro. And I just want to say I appreciate you for sharing your platform with me and my folks and, you know, with the brand and just, you know what I mean, making it possible. For, you know, in the city, man. It's like, it's not enough of that, but we getting there, like, you know what I'm saying?
No, facts, though.
Appreciate you.
I definitely see you working and you putting in the work, and I already know just coming from Philly. Like, I'm going to say this. You're going to get more support out of town than you at home.
Yeah, and that's the crazy part, bro. Like, my biggest support system is,
The UK.
no, it's not the UK. As far as out of town, it is the UK. Actually, no, it's Turkey. Turkey, they, and Portugal. Okay. That's the out of town situation. The UK is third. But as far as in the States, Cali. They fuck with me heavy over there.
Yeah, I can see that.
And I'm like, damn, Cali out of all places. It's Cali, New York, and Chicago.
That's a good job.
You know what I mean? So, you right, Tim. So they support you more, but it's like, I still believe in Philly that they gonna rock. They just gonna catch on a little late. It always is like that, unfortunately, in our city. Somebody else gotta fuck with us before our own fuck with us. But it's cool.
So, last thing, what's some advice you can give to the youth?
Stay out the way. Keep God first. And I know everybody wasn't raised like I was. You know what I mean? I ain't have a silver spoon, but the best part about me and my upbringing was knowing God. So if you don't know him, get to know him and study or whatever and you know what I mean, just be the best version of yourself that you can be. Like, stay out of the way. It's always a better situation. Like, before you make them crazy decisions, think twice, and just know somebody love you. And if you feel like nobody don't love you, just know I love you.